Well, here we go again, folks. This weekend, major work on the main line, and unfortunately, people are going to be stranded needlessly again. Obviously, this is an important project. I have no problem with the project getting done, but I do have a problem with the way the Long Island Railroad handles this once again. So, this weekend, November 8th to 10th, there will be major service changes on the Port Jefferson and Ronkonkoma branches while we upgrade signals. From 12:15 a.m. Saturday, November 8th to 2:15 a.m. Monday, November 10th, there will be major service changes on the Port Jefferson and Ronkonkoma branches while we perform signal upgrade work at Hicksville. I'd like to ask why they do this now when a lot of people are starting to travel into the city, especially as the holidays get going and stuff, but hey, at least the weather is not, well, Saturday is going to be a nice day. Sunday won't be, but here it says riders east of Mineola on those branches, especially those attending Saturday's hockey. Yeah, there's a hockey game tonight, too. There's a hockey game on Saturday as well. That's right. What do they say? Riders east of Mineola on those branches, especially those attending Saturday's hockey game at Madison Square Garden, should use the Babylon or Montauk branches as possible, of course. So more people go to the South Shore. That's all part of the plan. Of course, we know the middle of the island is a dead zone, and they really want to make it a dead zone. Trains won't run between Mineola and Huntington and will run in two sections, between Penn Station and Mineola twice an hour during the day and evening, and between Huntington and Port Jefferson every 2 hours. So only every 2-hour service on the Huntington and Port Jefferson line. All right. For service between Mineola and Huntington, take shuttle buses, which will run hourly between these stations, stopping at Hicksville, Syosset, and Cold Spring Harbor only. All right, so there will be shuttle buses at those places. How are you supposed to get out east, though? No service. What about Huntington? That doesn't. Service to take shuttle buses will be done in Cold Spring Harbor only, but they should also be stopping at Huntington, shouldn't they? And here we go again. There will be no service at Carle Place or Westbury. For service to and from those stations, take the N22, N24, or N35 bus, which will accept LIRR tickets at no additional cost. And they said that there will be limited shuttle buses at those stations, so at least they're doing that. When Nice Bus isn't running, they are providing shuttle buses. At least they're doing that. Trains will run between Penn Station and Ronkonkoma every 2 hours and will be routed via the South Shore. That's right. The Z train is coming back. Though I think last time they ran it ran every hour. Maybe I'm wrong. Between Jamaica and Farmingdale, they will change direction twice but not make any station stops. Please allow up to 50 minutes of additional travel time. For service to and from Mineola, take a Port Jefferson branch train. And for service to and from Hicksville, take a Port Jefferson branch train and a shuttle bus. There will be no service at Bethpage. So this is the big problem I have. No service at Bethpage. How do you not have shuttle buses at Bethpage? Like, you're just leaving people stranded there. They say use Farmingdale or Seaford stations instead. Well, Farmingdale's probably at least an hour walk. Seaford's probably 2 hours. What about people without cars? Again, and what about people who need to get from Hicksville or Mineola to points east on the Ronkonkoma branch? No service for them either. So here's the map right here. You see, this is where they're doing the work. And so the Z train's going to run via the Babylon branch and go to Ronkonkoma. All right. And they're showing the map of all the different buses that you can use to connect. Now, the 24, it only runs in two sections, so that's not going to do anyone any good. The 22 is going to be your best bet because that'll go to Mineola where you can connect up with train service. If you're at Hicksville, if you're at Westbury or Carle Place, and the 35 will take you to Hempstead where you can get train service as well. So that's the map they have there for you. All right. So important project. I do have a problem with the timing and the fact that they don't have any way for people to get. Why isn't there a shuttle bus running to Farmingdale from Hicksville? So people going east from Hicksville. A lot of people need to get east on the Ronkonkoma branch. How are they supposed to get there? You can't tell them to take Nice Bus. Well, I guess they could take the 48 or 49, and then they got to transfer to the 70. It's going to be a whole headache. I mean, they could do it, I guess, but it's going to take a lot of extra time when they could provide a shuttle bus. Again, the MTA has thousands of buses in the city, thousands of buses, and they can't give us adequate shuttle buses. This has been a problem for the longest. It's funny how NJ Transit, which has like probably a quarter of the budget that the Long Island Railroad has to play with. Somehow they can provide shuttle buses when there's major work, when there's work on there. But no, the MTA can't do that. All right. So this is what's going on this weekend. All right. We're going to look out at the schedules. Go to the site here. These are the schedules here. Everything's going to be affected by this difference. First, I'll show you the Ronkonkoma branch. This Ronkonkoma's branch service runs every 2 hours. All right. I don't know why they can't provide hourly service, but I'm guessing maybe they just don't have enough diesel cars to do it. Probably not enough diesel cars to do it. But you'll see it will take, between Jamaica and Farmingdale, it will take 9:15. It will take an hour and 15 minutes. No, an hour and 20 minutes to make that trip. That's how long it's going to take to do that. All right. But you see the schedules here, right? That they have. So every service every 2 hours. Again, they're advising people to go to the South Shore. Obviously, this is the eastbound. This is the westbound schedule here. Service every 2 hours. Generally, though it's not exactly even. Sometimes there are some differences here. But you will have service every 2 hours, though. I'm sure those trains are going to be. Well, it'll be interesting to see how packed they really are. Of course, it says customers will use the Babylon branch, and the signs are up here in Mineola, by the way. We'll show you the signs here. Let's show them to you. And I like this is kind of tricky. They have these signs at Mineola. Why do they have no service at the station? Because there is service at this station going west, and that's most people from Mineola are going to go west. So why are they doing this? It's like they don't want even people to use the Mineola station. It's like trying to tell people go to the South Shore. Nobody wants to come here. Might as well just continue that. My town isn't. I mean, nobody comes here. As Simon and Garfunkel would say, nothing but the dead of night back in my little town. That describes Mineola perfectly once the sun goes down. And that's what they want. It's all part of the plan. So that's one of the schedules there. We'll look at the Port Jefferson branch as well. I screwed up. Let's put this back. So we'll look at the Port Jefferson branch now. So it says here, service. There'll be no service, no train or bus service at Carle Place. Use the nice bus. They don't even bring up the special bus that's running overnight. So a lot of people are going to get ripped off. You know what's going to happen. Here we go. This is what the service we have. We'll look at the westbound service first. So here's the westbound service first, and this is the westbound service that you have. So westbound, I believe this is the westbound schedule that we have. So here's the westbound schedule, and you can see this is your westbound schedule. You're going to have half-hourly service at Mineola. So you have half-hourly service at Mineola here. Some of these are Oyster Bay trains. So you have a little Mineola. Again, going west from Mineola, no problem at all. If you're going west, you're fine. All right? No need to go to the South Shore. All right? But if you're going east, it's a problem. All right? And, of course, if I want to go out east to the Pine Barrens, it's going to be a problem. I don't know how I'm going to actually figure that all out at this point. So that's the westbound, and then we're going to look at the eastbound schedules here in a moment. See, you generally have service every half an hour, but eastbound, there's a gap, I think. I don't know. Was there a gap in the eastbound? Let's see. So here's the schedules here. No, they're generally every half an hour into Mineola. Yep, generally every half an hour into Mineola. So, yeah, this is your schedule. I thought I saw a gap in here somewhere. Oh, I'm looking at the PM. That's why. I got to look at the AM. I think there was a gap in the AM. Eastbound service here. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, here we go. So, you have trains coming into Mineola at 6:12, 6:38. No, it's every half an hour. I don't know. I thought I saw a gap somewhere around here. I don't know where it went now, but there was. I don't remember where it went, but maybe they fixed it. It was a misprint or something. But there you go. There's your service right there that you have. So you will have You will have half-hourly service at Mineola and hourly service to Hicksville on the shuttle buses that you will have. And you also have Nice Bus, too, which you could use, too, if you want to go to Hicksville. They'll be cross-honoring as well. You can do that. It's not so bad. But for Bethpage, you're screwed. And the Babylon branch, obviously, because of the Z trains running there, will have some changes to the schedules. So you just got to check all the schedules this weekend, obviously. And again, this is your Ronkonkoma schedule here for the track work. So service every 2 hours you're going to have going from Ronkonkoma via the Z train. So you're going to have to go into, you know how they work, the Z train works, right? You got to go down the central branch and reverse. So basically they're going down. I'm glad they brought the Z train back. They had no choice because they can't, they have no service at Hicksville. But the problem is Bethpage is being left stranded. There's not, they're like, use Farmingdale. That's a walk. I guess you have to walk down Stewart Avenue, take Central Avenue. That's a Farmingdale. It's a decent walk. It's like 3 miles. So I don't understand why they can't. And why no shuttle bus here from Hicksville to, there should be a shuttle bus that goes between Hicksville and Farmingdale, stopping at Bethpage. Why can't they do that? Why can't they do that? I think it's ridiculous. And then it would connect up with the Ronkonkoma train at Farmingdale. Why can't they do that? They let it run every 2 hours. But there should be something. To leave people with nothing is absolutely disgraceful. But we see this time and time again. And I want to read this response to you because I made a post about it on Reddit at the Long Island Railroad, and I want to read this to you. This comment. Obviously, I'm leaving his username anonymous. No, I'm not going to say what it is, but he says, Mineola will have westbound train service. Take it to Jamaica and transfer to the appropriate eastbound Ronkonkoma train. So he wants you to backtrack to Jamaica. But here's the thing. Are they going to cross-honor a direct ticket, or am I going to have to pay extra? I shouldn't have to pay extra. If I want to go that way, I should be able to use my Mineola to Ronkonkoma ticket, not have to pay extra. So if I want to do that. He says, Hicksville will have bus service that connects to Mineola as well. Follow the above and go back advice and go back east. The 2 locations without dedicated LIRR bus service will be Carle Place and Westbury, which already has nice bus service. They'll be cross-honored and will have shuttle bus hours after that, although limited. We don't know how limited it is. There's not even a schedule for it. And again, I don't understand why they just can't provide shuttle buses. The only location with no service at all will be Bethpage, which is unfortunate. However, it's relatively close to Hicksville, Farmingdale, and Seaford, which are offering service in some form. Yeah, well, you can try walking that and tell me how close it really is. All right. The more suburban and rural nature of the mainline branch is why shuttle buses weren't called for Bethpage. Of course, this is their attitude. They think we're the sticks. It's common on the island for people to drive to a station themselves due to the fact that parts of Nassau and almost the entirety of Suffolk isn't walking friendly. It's not unreasonable to expect people to alter their commute slightly in order to properly maintain signals and switches in a high-volume interlocking such as the one surrounding Hicksville. And I agree with the project, all right? I didn't say I'm against the project. I'm against the timing of it. Every commuter rail network has its own set of challenges. NJT Rail deals with infrastructure that it doesn't control, obviously. NJT also has their own bus network directly linked into their operations, making the prospect of getting buses into the locations they need to be easier. The MTA has its own bus network. Let's see what his excuse is. Now, although the MTA has its own bus network, they aren't tied to the LIRR. It's a separate division based almost, if not entirely, within NYC. So some dedicated service was provided third party from local bus companies, and only a single station was left out to it being out of the way from the Huntington branch, and the rest of the Ronkonkoma train is already served by the dual mode that will run the Z trains. Will it be an inconvenience? Yes, it is likely it will be a major inconvenience for some. That argument can be made, but disruption was minimized for the most amount of people in order to keep up with the required maintenance on the rails to ensure a larger disruption due to failures did not occur. A letter to the MTA on LIRR LIRR leadership will be proved to get better bus service. Oh, I have been doing that a lot, and I've also spoken at committee meetings in the past, and I've gotten diddly squat about it. A letter to the MTA or LIRR leadership may prove to get better bus service in the area or to ensure in the future every single station is within the area being served, but screaming into the void on Reddit probably won't. I'm not screaming at all. So, I mean, look, they're supposed to provide alternative transportation, all right? I don't know. This wasn't a problem years ago. They always had buses. This wasn't a problem years ago. They used to use buses from the city. I remember that. And now they don't do that anymore. A different division. Don't give me that. Don't give me that, all right? I'm going to reply to him. I'll give him my own opinion. But, I mean, different division. I mean, NJ Transit bus operations are a different division. And somehow they can provide shuttle buses for all their stations. You know, the MTA is raking in millions from congestion pricing. It's the very least they can do. All right? Seriously, it's the weekend. You have lots of buses in the city sitting idle, but they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. They want to tell you, well, sorry, rural nature. Yeah, because, again, rural nature. It's rural here, you know. We're the sticks. We're the sticks. That's what we're thought of by the railroad. Oh, we're the sticks. We don't matter. We don't matter. So, hey, this is what we're going through. And again, I may have to shut up and go hike in New Jersey if I want to go because of all this. My best bet is probably trying to use the Port Jefferson branch, which is probably what I'm going to have to do. I can at least get a shuttle bus from Mineola to Huntington, where I can get a shuttle, a train there, and that would take me the rest of the way, and then I could get Suffolk County Transit from probably Port Jefferson or something like that. I guess if I want to go to the Pine Barrens, I could do it that way. But tonight, I mean, why can't you just have a shuttle bus or two? I mean, there are a lot of people. Everybody underestimates. Have you ever been to the Hicksville train station? There's a lot of people that use the Hicksville train station that travel east on the weekends. There's a lot of people. What are all those people going to do? I don't understand why they can't have a shuttle bus that runs between Hicksville and Farmingdale. Run it every 2 hours, have it stop at Bethpage so people can connect up with the Z trains. This is, I mean, how many buses would you need? Probably need like 3 buses, MTA. You have like 3 I mean, come on. I mean, look, the Queens Village Depot is right over here. I mean, seriously, the depot is literally right over the freaking border. I mean, they treat us like crap. They treat us like garbage. I'm sorry, but the MTA, I don't want to hear any freaking excuses. You are required to provide alternative transportation when service is shut down. That is part of your pledge. That is part of your pledge. Remember the LIRR pledge? I guess they just flushed it down the toilet. I remember it very well. All right? Look, the depot is right here. You probably have 100 buses sitting idle. You can't get together 5 extra bus drivers or 6 extra bus drivers to provide some extra bus service. Are you freaking kidding me? You know, this is the MTA for you. But no, the main line's not important because it's all part of the plan. All right? It's all part of the plan. Only certain people are taken care of. And the rest of us are told to just go and walk or shut up and go live in New Jersey. All right? So, yeah, this is what's going on. Again, luckily it's just one weekend. Thank God it's just one weekend that they're doing this. But obviously, I know it needs to be done. The timing with the hockey game, that's going to be a mess. But again, everybody's going to go to the South Shore. They're going to get the businesses. The middle of the island, they're going to suffer. And you can see you got Montauk Branch track work. Let's see what this is. And I'm sure they're going to get, oh, yeah. Buses replace trains in Spianka and Montauk. It's funny how they're not being told to be stranded. Isn't that interesting? They're not being told, oh, you have to drive to Ronkonkoma. Sorry. They get buses because they're wealthy. Wealthy white areas are taken care of. This is what the MTA serves. They're Wall Street. They're run by Wall Street hacks. Jano Lieber is one of them. And this is what happens. It's all part of the plan. So thank God it's only one weekend, but you know, for those people who need the railroad, you're gonna have a lot of people getting ripped off. Uber's gonna love it, the surge pricing, all that stuff. And again, the MTA is supposed to provide all. I don't want to hear any fucking excuses. If train service is shut down, even if it's an unplanned shutdown, I remember how I was stranded in Deer Park that night. All right, All right? I know it takes a little while to get buses, but you have a duty to provide alternative transportation. You get your fucking buses from the city and you bring them out here and help your Long Island people. This is the MTA. It's the same organization. I don't want to hear shit. Oh, those are city buses. They used to come out here in the past. You can do it now if you wanted to. Stop treating us like dirt. I really am tired of it. I'm sorry for the rant, but, this stuff pisses me off. It really pisses me off. I mean, look at all the buses they have here. You can't tell me you can't get... The Queens Village bus depot is right freaking across the border. You can't get buses. Now, you always got to hire these private coaches. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the first thing I would do is I was governor, this crap is going to stop once and for all. They're going to provide alternative transportation when the service is shut down. And we're also going to also bring Long Island bus back. I don't care what Nassau County says. The county says we don't want it. I'll throw the whole legislature in jail. I don't care. Or I'll throw the county executive in jail too. All right. This all started when Long Island bus went away, and it's progressively gotten worse, which is why we need Long Island bus back. All right. But here, so there, I said it. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and good luck if you need to get around this weekend. But those of you on the South Shore, I'm sure it's going to be just peachy keen for you, like it always is. You are privileged, you are spoiled, you are lucky, and you're the envy of all of us who can't be with you. That's it. Good night.